This trade in the forbidden session. The reason why I got into this, ideally this is at break even now. We can reduce our thing to break even now because we know we're going to rip from here. The mitigation was at this point here, so we can put our thing at this low. In case we react off here, we come back and mitigate again. But this would be, actually, you know what, we can put out the mitigation low, making us lose only this much. But again, you could come back down from it. But here we're expecting an explosion. This is one of my reaction model. So yeah, I can actually put it here. Yeah, I'll be tight with this one. Since I already lost and it's in the forbidden session, I'll slap it there. And this is, yeah, a reaction model still. So we're expecting a quick explosive move all the way up. And I want to see if we get that. But the only thing is from here, ideally from here, going to break here will be a main push, so we could come back down and mitigate. And so my break even was a bit crazy. So I'm just gonna put it below here, because ideally this will be the mitigation, because this went and broke this point here. This being a mitigation, so if anything, we can come take this low out and then still make the move. But I'm not expecting that to happen. I'm expecting us to keep going. And the reason for this trade is because if I look on the M15, what do we have? We hit the bearish decisional and came in here decisional straight away. That's an efficiency of the pullback. Candle confirmation. We closed above the candle that tapped into it. Well, that led us to come down. So we tapped in, we've broken above that. So that's a change in stealth delivery. And this is ideally the retracement. Is either it happens here or it can happen at the bottom. I kind of chose the decisional because obviously we tapped it. This point here, we broke it, being the change of stealth delivery. So ideally we could come back down and mitigate these portions here, but I'm expecting the explosive move because we already tapped into this point here and had the change in stealth delivery already. So this is the mitigation of that change of stealth delivery. So I'm expecting that explosive move up. And if I'm looking for a place where we might start misbehaving, it might be here. Do you get where I'm coming from? All right, time we get there, I'm in break even anyway. So I'm waiting for that retracement to happen. Ideally, this is not a retracement. This is the cycle done. Do you get where I'm coming from? The cycle is done. So if we come and break this, I want us to kind of not even break this candle's low, just mitigate and keep going, because this will be a decisional because it led to this being broken. So I don't want us to break below that. Hence why I said, let me put my SL here. But here's like equal lows. We could break it. But from here, I want us to keep going up. And you see what I mean? So there's this wick here happened before we broke this point here. So obviously we ain't tapped that yet, but we tapped this point. This could be a point to carry on going. I'm expecting that. If we don't get that, then I guess the reaction model is wrong. So in fact, I can now go and put my thing in BE, because we have broken the mitigation point. And what's the point of taking a loss? No point taking a loss. That is our invalidation. If we break it, then we change state of delivery. I don't want us to do that. I want us to carry on going because the reaction model. So yeah, I'm putting my thing in break even. Because if I view it like this, look, this candle being the sweep, push out, mitigation. Wait, sweep, push out, happening here, mitigation, expansion. So if you come back down and take it out, you know, we're not going. And for example, this one would be, we've broken above here. If you come and break the low, we've just done a 2-leg break. So it's not really what I want. I want price to carry on going as a reaction model. So let's see. We shouldn't break that equal low. We should just carry on going. Just like that. Carry on going. Carry on going just like that. Which allows us to be in 6 bills prof. Okay. So now we need to carry on going. We don't want this low to be taken. If that low gets taken, we're out of the trade. It just means that the cycle was completed and we're starting a new cycle. Or we could come back down here and do a main push, but I don't want to risk it because it's a reaction model. We should fly. We shouldn't be coming down. So if we come down, break even. You see what I mean? If we come down, break even. So we shouldn't come down. We should just carry on going. In fact, if we come down here, it's to maybe mitigate that point there. So I can still put it here, but it's just, why lose £400 for no reason? Which you gotta cover from. But let's just do it that way anyway, so it's safer. But that will be the mitigation anyway. So if we come down, we're going to take that out. But I'm just being a bit safe because we haven't really tapped into that point. So we could just wick it and do a new main push. Do you get where I'm coming from? But ideally, break-even protocol should be there. Perfect. So now we can just leave it there. Just like what we said. And then, yeah, this is the reaction model. It should just fly. We shouldn't come back and do any sweeps again. We should just carry on going. Carry on going. Literally. But yeah, this is me being in my bed still. I was a bit lazy this morning. I woke up mad late. Like literally just woke up after my key session was done. I thought, you know, maybe the forbidden session might give us something. And indeed it did. So let's wait. This becomes SMT because it didn't make no low. 1 sec. SMT. So we know we're looking to fly through that. And where could this possibly go? Could go and mitigate this portion here because this is where we hit the bearish decisional and we flew down where we had the invalidation here. So from here, I'm expecting this point to be broken for us to head towards somewhere like even these equal highs. I mean, these trend lines here getting taken. And then into this, ideally, the efficiency of the pullback. This is where we tapped into the bearish decision and came down. Do you get where I'm coming from? So it will be here. This will be where we're looking for price to come to. And it will be, I believe it didn't make a low, so it will be a SMT as well. But yeah, it didn't make a low. It broke internal structures, but it didn't make a low. So it could be a SMT. But yeah, let's see what happens. I don't want us to tap into this SMT and then come and take out these equal lows because that would be bad. It will hit my break even. Hence why I was going to move it here, but I don't like losing, especially when I have a break-even protocol ready. So it's the reaction model. Ideally, we're not meant to do that, but sometimes you get a candle that just goes come down with these lows here, these equal lows here, after tapping into the SMT, taking out these points here, tapping into this point, and then flying straight. That happens as well, but today, if it happens, it happens, and I'm not really in the mood to try to save that. Yeah, 1 to 3 would be here. And just put 1 to 3 there. 1 to 3 would just be here. Oh, yeah, 1 to 3 will be here. 1 to 3 partials. And then if we really want, because remember, this ideally is we could say that, you know, we could be going all the way to the extreme because the bearish decisional didn't really do nothing. So we could fly all the way to the extreme, but obviously it's Friday, bro. You gotta know, if I check the daily, let me check the hourly and see what profile we got. Let's check what daily profiles we got. Well, I can't see it on the hourly. Oh, 45 still. 30, alright, cool, 30. So where's Monday? Where's Monday? Monday was here. Monday we went up, created a high. Tuesday we took that high. Wednesday we came down. Thursday we kind of retraced. Friday is when we had the thing again. So let's see what happens. 1 to 3, I know we can definitely get it if the SMT doesn't come and do that thing that I was telling you about. If the SMT don't do that, that'll be nice. We'll get the 1 to 3. And I think I'll just cash out my 1 to 3 still. I won't lie to you because it's been a hell of a week, man. It's been a hell of a week still. It's been a hell of a week. then I want to come out of drawdown. So yeah, man, 1 to 3, I'll take my partial still. I'll take my full position at 1 to 3. So let's wait for that to happen. Maybe the SMT comes and does us, and we get a break even, or we actually make it there. But this is my reaction model. It's called a reaction model because I didn't get my entry in the zone. I got my entry just after the zone. So you're going to come from just after the zone with a new liquidity cycle, a new market structure cycle internally. And I enter off there. If you look at my hit thing, 0.07, it fits my criteria. It's in my forbidden key window as well. Everything lines up in terms of time, location, and place. And I apply the right model. This time we got the context right. See where I come from? We're not tweaking this morning. So yeah, man, let's go and hit that 1 to 3. Ideally, we could ride it all the way up to the bearish decisional, but to me, it's not worth it. We're in drawdown, so we take what the market gives us, and next week we can look to do those things there because we'll be out of drawdown. See where I'm coming from? And we can build a little buffer and do those things there. So like, let's see, man. I want SMT to get violated, and then we go straight to 1 to 3. If I go on the M5, you'll see why I call it the reaction. You see how we're just moving. We're not mitigating anytime soon. We're just gonna keep flying until we reach a point. And that's why I call it the reaction model. It flies. Nice model. Very nice model. If you bag the context right and you bag the tap and everything's confirmed. So this one here, I'll just run through the confirmations again. The confirmation was, look, we hit the bearish decisional, right? But then this is the decisional that led to us breaking this high here, this SMT, that high. Look, these highs here on the left. So we haven't mitigated yet. We haven't mitigated that yet. And it was obviously, if I go on a lower time frame, you'll see that there was an imbalance and a fair value. Well, not an imbalance and a fair value gap. Look, a wick sweep push out with a fair value gap, and we haven't mitigated yet. So I knew that when we tapped there, ideally that's the confirmation. We tapped it, and what do? Change the still delivery. The candle that led to that, we broke above it here, here, and here. 3 structural changes on a candle level. That's valid. So then this is the decisional that led to the last one. So I see that, okay, cool, buyers were really involved. We tapped into the decisional, had another candle change, and then that's when I entered, looking for the next high or the next point, which is my 1 to 3. So that's what we're waiting for right now. It's going to explode, and you're going to see straight prices at 1 to 3. These are the best trades, best model, in my opinion. This model and my main push models are the ones that I like trading, because when you get in there, there's no higgy-hagger. It's just straight. If you put it on the M5, obviously the M1 is going to do higgy-hagger a bit, but M5, look, we're just going up. And ideally, this could go all the way up to here, or even break past that, if you get where I'm coming from. But for now, I'm just taking my 1 to 3 and I'm out, bro. I don't want nothing. I don't want no wahala. I want to come out of drawdown, bro. Being in drawdown is not the best thing to get where I'm coming from. But yeah, this setup, remember, we got our time. This is why I have different time zones, different key windows, which is London, my forbidden session, and New York. These markets move at these times. It's not me just picking and saying, no, I want to use it. The forbidden one, I've personally seen market do 25x trades, bro, if I took the setup in that time, and I didn't. So yeah. But yeah, man, let's go and get that 1 to 3, man. Where we at right now? About to be out of drawdown, which is nice. This trade is just to get us out of drawdown, so I'm not really fussed. Even if we don't get the 1 to 3, I just want to be out of drawdown for progress sake. You get where I'm coming from? It's better to, because we know that, bro, there's a setup every day, bro. We don't need to catch a winning one and try to pass it or get close to passing it in a day. If you go and watch my recent video, that was what has been causing me to take losses and not cashing out early. So to me, it's like, as soon as I'm out of drawdown, I'm out, bro. Just get me out of drawdown. Let this be 100, perfect, and I'll close. But I want to build a buffer, because we know that it's going higher. But me, I don't care. I'm out of drawdown. That's what I care about. And we can go for next week. So yeah, it can go there. You can say this is emotional trading. It is. Everything is wherever. But me personally, when I'm in drawdown, my aim is to come out of drawdown. The move, I've caught it. I'm out of drawdown. I don't care what else it does. It can go up and down, down, up. Do you know where I'm coming from? You just know it's going to reach there. I don't need to wait for that to happen. That's not my goal for this today. Today was, I took a bad trade yesterday. Today is to recover that bad trade. Yes, it can go on to do furthermore. However, it's not my preferred time zone, well, key window. Plus, it's not my preferred time window. Plus, is that I've been drawdown, bro. Anything could happen. We could literally go and mitigate over these points here, right? And then just flip bearish. And then what happens? I've just lost out on mitigating my account. But yeah, man, that's what happens. This is the further model. It's probably going to run even further. But me personally, I'm in drawdown. I've taken a stupid trade yesterday. This is phase 2. I want my mental state to be all right for the next week or the next session. We'll be in New York without me doing something stupid. Do you know where I'm from? So yeah, man, this marks it. We just recovered the account with just one trade, taking 2 bad losses, and then one trade fixes it. That's how life goes. This is how a risk to reward, a positive risk to reward ratio is the best, because I can lose 3 times. But I take a trade once, I recover that. So it's cool. And